This is an end of an era for Jared and I. We are leaving the "are we gonna have any more kids" era into raising the children that we have. It's been a transition for sure.
Especially when you consider how long it took us to get to that stage of life. It was a journey. And now, with the end of one journey, begins another one.
I feel like we have had this huge mental shift in our household since she's been born for the last 7 months, but especially just in the last few weeks. Jared and I have reached out to our village a ton more than we ever have. I have talked to my sisters about questions that I've had with raising our kids. Jared has talked to his parents a lot, and it's just been a different life I feel like we're living the last little bit.
We've even talked to a therapist about a couple things just to have that external source of information. But I have to tell you, when I'm talking to my parents, I ask, was I like this? Was it like this for you when you were raising kids? And they probably feel so validated and be like, yep, this is exactly what it's like. And it's like, okay, everything's gonna be just fine.
Or I'll say like, I never did this when I was this age. And Jared will ask questions and I'll be like, well, yeah, I probably was. It's just what I remember. And so we're just raising our kids, and it's just been, I've been raising them since we've had them, but I just feel like because we've had this mental, we're done with having babies now, it's just kind of put us in a different mindset.
Absolutely. We are focusing wholeheartedly on raising and developing our kids and not just getting through like diaper stages.
I feel like we've also had a lot of peace also with our house, because everyone is old enough now, aside from the baby, to like kind of do the basics, the bare necessity, if you will. So that's kind of been nice too. And then it kind of gives all of us the time to like dote over this baby. The boys get home from school, they hardly say hi to me, they just pick the baby up.
They go right to her, and it's really cool to see that older sibling mentality with all of our boys, Jackson, Calvin, and even Tommy. They love her, and I think that age gap has been really fun to see, because I think if June was born a couple years sooner, we wouldn't have that to the extent that it is there now.
I know. Isn't it weird how timing is, how it worked out? Like we were trying in our rental, and it's just wild how timing is.
In regards to timing, I feel like Ellie and I have been very lucky and very blessed that timing has always seemed to be in our favor, especially looking back. Yeah, we may have had some stumbling moments.
Looking back, for sure. At the time, it's like, this isn't working out.
Yeah, exactly. With infertility, with life, with work, with social stuff. Timing didn't always seem to work out the way that we had wanted in the moment. Yeah. But looking back, we wouldn't change a thing. Not even close.
Isn't that crazy?
And they say hindsight is 20/20. But when I look back, it's like, and I am so grateful that it worked out exactly the way that it did.
We took each kid out on their own special date before school started. So we started with Jackson, and we took each kid to whatever activity they wanted to do, and then we took them to dinner. And we were able just to spend some good one-on-one time with them, and that was so fun to do. And we used to do that, I feel like, a long time ago. We didn't do it consistently, but just once in a while. And now I feel like I have a little bit more energy to do that, and they're old enough, I think, that they'll remember it, and they're old enough to like actually want to talk a little more. So I want to do that a lot more as well moving forward.
I think one of my favorite things about those dates is we gave the kids an opportunity to ask us any questions that they wanted. Anything from about being a kid, about us as parents, about bodies, about school, about life. And each one of them asked us a question that took us by surprise. And it was such a wonderful opportunity for us as parents to sit down with them individually and talk about those things. One of the things that we've realized more and more as parents is that we are learning how to parent as the kids are learning and growing and learning how to be kids. It's a never-ending process because each kid goes through a different stage at a different time, and those stages may look different to each child. So having that village to depend on, those phone calls to depend on, have been really, really nice. And we're glad and grateful that we've had a lot of family members and friends who have gone through those stages before us can give us that advice.
I've always loved being the youngest. I really have. I've always loved like watching what everyone's doing, figuring out what I want to do and then doing what I want, asking them why they did what they did. Like I went to hair school because Bonnie went to hair school and I was like, oh yeah, I love hair and I love makeup and I love, it's been really helpful for us being at the end of our family so that we can look up and be like, help us, or what did you do?
It's almost like a parenting buffet. You see all of these different examples in front of you and you're like, I'm going to take a little bit of that right there, put it on my plate. I'm going to take a little bit of that and put on my plate.
It's my favorite.
And this is the Ellie and Jared parenting plate of dinner.
Yeah. I feel like we're also putting out, as much as I said, oh, it feels peaceful too, I feel like we're also putting out a lot more fires throughout the day.
Yeah.
Because it's like Tommy's now in school. That is a thing. Jackson's not like a little kid anymore. That's a thing.
And
Calvin's wanting to like be more expressive and do things, but he also doesn't want to do anything. And that's a thing.
Yeah, Jackson is so much older in his mind than he actually is. So he not only wants to do stuff that 9-year-olds do, he wants to do things that 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds want to do. So it's like
hard.
Trying to rein him in while allowing him to have that freedom can be difficult.
Yeah.
And like you said with Calvin, it's like he's a homebody just like you, but he wants to do so much. So finding that balance is hard. And then Tommy's just a wrecking ball.
Tommy is so sweet.
He is.
He is so sweet. He has just seen his older brothers and he just wants to, oh, my mom's calling me.
Oh my
from
goodness.
Serbia.
Can we push pause?
No. We'll
okay,
finish
we'll
this
call
and
her
then
back.
I'll call her.
Tommy, when he's with his brothers, tends to get a little excited. And that's what I mean when he's a wrecking ball. He plays off of their energy so much. But when you get Tommy all by himself, he is the sweetest little boy. I picked him up from kindergarten today, and he was just so sweet and so nice and said thank you to his teacher. And it was just beautiful to see that individuality that Tommy has.
Because when you're with your brothers, you want to do and be like them.
Yeah.
And that's hard when they don't let you. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is there anything that you will miss coming out of the baby stage? And I didn't think I was going to get sad, but now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, oh, I think I vividly can see what I will miss.
Well, you see me tearing up now, don't you? I think recognizing each phase that our kids go through, each stage that they have, and remembering that it's like they always have the analogy. It's like one kid goes into the door and that's the stage of life, and another kid comes out and everything. But that stage, that kid is always there. It's like I'll always miss those moments, those personalities, those events. But I'm so grateful and so welcoming to the kid that comes out of the next door. And it makes me just be like, man, I'm so grateful that we have all of these moments to look back on, whether it's photos or videos. I think holding
that little baby.
I'll always miss that. And it makes me think of I'll love you forever, I'll love you for always, forever and ever my baby you'll be.
And that's why we like never let June go.
Yeah, we hold her all the freaking time. I mean, that plus so many other things I will miss. But now I have to ask you the same question.
Okay. I think I already miss the innocence of the children, of just the little kids. It's like those ages between 2 and 5 are so hard. I'm probably permanently cross-eyed, I feel like. They are so hard, but they are the sweetest, purest, like their world is your world. I already miss that because Jackson's long gone with friends. He just wants to play with friends. Calvin's right behind him. Tommy's already been there. Like I didn't get Tommy.
He just went right with his brothers.
He went with his brothers. So I think that's what I'll miss. And I think I am so grateful we did daily videos for as long as we did.
Yeah.
That's priceless. I am grateful for the memories that I have with the little kids, but I have never been so ready for a new stage of life either.
Yeah.
I have been confident since the day we delivered June that I'm like, okay, you're my baby. This is the next stage of life we're moving into. Yeah. And I have felt really good about that.
And I think that's another thing that you meant by the peace that we felt here. It's like we made some decisions about our family very quickly after June was born. Or was it even before she was born?
It was before.
We made those decisions and we both felt at peace about it. And just the other day, yesterday, we asked, like, is our family done? Is this our family?
Do you regret anything? Are you glad this is the decision we made? And we both were like, yes.
Yeah, we felt so at peace with the family that we have here. And one thing that we always say, nothing is permanent. Things can change. Whether it's where we live, whether what happens to our family, each stage of life.
I do like that motto that we've done.
Yeah, each stage of life looks different. And being able to recognize the stage that you had and be grateful for it, and then move on to the next stage with anticipation and excitement, I think recognizing that is so important.
I have one last question.
Yeah.
Now that you said that, it just came to my mind. What is something you really want to do in this stage of life with the kids?
Oh.
Because this stage is short, because then Jackson will be a teenager before you know it. You know? It's like this little in-between stage before they really are flying.
One of the things that I want to do, very similar to what we did with our dates, is we did something that they loved. But I want to do that something to the extreme. I want to make a memory with each of my kids in the stage that they're in right now, or maybe in a couple of years, where they have like a core memory, whether it's taking Jackson to a football game, like a professional football game.
Like more of a trip.
Yeah, exactly. Something that they can have with them and be like, man, I remember the time that my dad or my parents took me to do this thing, and I am forever grateful. Something that they will be able to take with them for the rest of their lives. That's something I want to do in this stage.
I think that would be amazing. Because we do really everything together as a family.
Yeah.
We go to dinner together as a family. We vacation as a family, which I love. Jared and I try and do little things around our anniversary, just us, and our course date nights. But that would be really fun to take each kid somewhere.
Yeah. Something that is their personality, something that is their interest, and really focus on them.
I like that.
What about you?
This stage of life, right now, I really think it's crucial for me to be more patient and just listen and just stop talking. It's like a habit though, because I feel like for the last several years where I'm trying to teach the kids and I do a job with them or I'm teaching them, and so I'm explaining a lot, and I feel like I have done that enough now, and it's like the kids already know how to take out the trash. I don't need to like micromanage. The kids know how to do the dishes. I just need to let them do their thing. And I think that that's going to be something for me to learn, is to just watch.
Use these a little bit more than this.
Yeah. And that is going to be hard, I think.
It is hard. We've always talked about how parenting is kind of like being the bumpers in a bowling alley, where the bumpers just get further and further apart as the kids get older and older. Allowing them to make those decisions, do those things, make those mistakes, and learn from them. But to always be there to bump them back.
Jared and I tell the kids this. They or us, we say sorry. I tell them, I'm learning just like you're learning, and I hope you forgive me. And all the time they're like, yeah, of course, we will. It's like, I want them to know I'm learning.
Yeah.
I should not have raised my voice, and now I feel stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We aren't perfect, and as much as I want my kids to think I'm perfect, I want them to know I'm not perfect, because I don't expect perfection from them. So why should I be perfect? I want them to think I'm perfect, though, because I'm their dad. But you get the idea. I think there's a lot to look forward to. I'm excited. I love my family so much, and I love you so much. And I think one of the things I'm most excited about with all of these changes that we've made to our health, and especially you, I think this opens up a new door for you as a mom and a wife and an individual to really take your hand at life. I love you, and I'm excited for that.
Thanks.
It's a new chapter.
I can't believe we've done so much together.
Can you believe it? And we still love each other and like each other. Do you want to be my girlfriend?
Okay. Want to go elope? Let's leave this.
Vegas is just down the road, baby.
We've done a lot over the years, and it hasn't always been easy. But dang it, we've got iron fists, and we're not letting go.
I will never let go. I love you.
Love you. We really wanted to sit down and make this video, probably selfishly more for us, but hopefully you enjoyed getting a little insight on this. We are so excited to continue to raise our kids like we have from day one. This is a new fun stage of life, and we love our caboose. And she's taking a nap right now, and she's teething, and she's a little more clingy, and she's on the move, and we're just trying to have fun, even though every day is pretty much the same after day. Sometimes it gets tiring.
Sometimes life is like that. But that's going to be it from us. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have one piece of parenting advice that could help us or someone else, let us know in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was actually kind of fun.
That was really
I
sweet.
made you teary-eyed.
You did. You make me cry.
You
In
cry,
a good
baby.
way.
You're a baby.
I cry at everything now. We've done a good job with our kids, I feel like.
When you're trying, you care.
Yeah. Thanks for putting this together.
Mm-hmm.